Good morning, everybody. It's Kelly with Away We Go 2.0. It is early March, March 7th, 2018. Happy New Year, and good to see everybody again. We took some time off through the holidays and made some, did family stuff and all that. And then tragically, my mom passed away unexpectedly. So we had to, of course, work with that and get things right there. So anyway, but a lot has happened otherwise with Away We Go 2.0. None the least of which is we have transitioned from our 16-foot sport Bambi to a 27-foot Globetrotter 2018 front bed edition. Could not be happier. We've named it McTrippin because our last name, and then we try to go tripping a little bit here and there. We don't only Airstream, we don't only RV or whatever. We take these space available flights and go places and do that kind of stuff. And our goal with this channel and with our lifestyle is to incorporate both. So this is her. It is a 2018. That's not her. That's the utility trailer we have to kind of help move some stuff out, yard sales and whatever. But that is her. I'm going to switch the camera around here real quick. Awnings all around, and have not had a single issue that was not self-inflicted. Let's put it that way. But it's got two solar panels on top. Up there, we went ahead and went with the fantastic fan cover so we can keep the vent open inside. If it just kind of let it air out, get the humidity out from showers and so forth. It does have an automatic rain sensor on it, so that if it rained, it would close fan cover. But you want to kind of get that fresh air going through all the time if you can. So the only thing that we're not completely crazy about is the bumper. It has no security, and we don't keep extremely valuable stuff in there, but what I am trying to do is keep the power cable in there. It's 50 amp. That's a pretty expensive and heavy duty cable, but it's a good storage place for it. I've just got to get a lock and so forth and put it on there. But the only issues we've had have been self-inflicted. The television in the main living area came detached, I guess, when we were traveling down from New Jersey to Alabama. And it ripped out the connector on an HDMI cable, and then and that was on the last leg from Chattanooga down into Birmingham. And then on that same leg we have. Okay, so where were we? I enjoy videotaping on the iPhone because it's there, it's convenient. Everything you need is right here at your hands. But when a phone call comes in, you have to take it. So I had to take a call, and from our niece, and telling her too about the Globetrotter. Anyway, so long story short is, we learned a lot. Here's the lesson of the day, I guess, from all of this. We learned a lot. A couple of things. Getting that 16-foot Sport Bambi was a great learning experience for us, because when you're in such a confined space, it had everything we needed. It had a bathroom, shower, stove, microwave, refrigerator, oversized full, undersized queen bed. It showed us that you can really get a lot of stuff done. And what it also did was give us an opportunity to learn these hacks that we can apply to this, because, there's certain things you have to do in a smaller rig, but with a bigger rig, it's sort of a luxury. You don't really have to do it. But if you do it, it makes things better. And I can go through a list. We've only had 2 shakedown runs with it, one from when we brought it back from Colonial Airstream in New Jersey home, and that was just like a get home. We were being chased by snow and everything else, and so but we did get our first night in a truck stop. That was pretty cool, actually. Worked out well. And then but that taught us some things. But this past weekend was our first actual shakedown trip where we went out and camped in it, and it was just one night, just a quick out of town and go back. But you learn some things like, oh, well, I can do this, or I don't have to do this because I've got a 28-foot Airstream. But the stuff that you learn out of necessity with a 16-footer, you can apply in the larger configuration, and it helps. It helps streamline things for you, and you become more of a put something in the right place, work smart, not hard, efficiency type setup. Set things up in your rig where, when you pull in, my thing is to always, when you set up and tear down, you want to go from cleanest to dirtiest. All right, so I'm not going to set up my sewer hose first and then go start messing with, whatever and end up with my water hose. That makes no sense, and it's just not healthy. So I always start with my cleanest jobs first, and then I finish up with my sewer hose, and then I go clean up and wash hands and sanitary and wipes and whatever. So anyway, so I said, well, okay, if I'm going to set up sewer last and water first, I need to configure my storage under here and in the truck accordingly. So I don't want to have my fresh water hose be the one item and container, whatever's in the back of my storage, and I have to unload the entire thing just to get to it. So basically, it just goes into that work smart, not hard mentality. If you go in, the first thing you set up is power. That's cool because it's relatively clean, whatever. But anyway, that's just the way we do it. I start with my cleanest jobs first and end with my dirtiest. And same with tearing down. I tear down, well, depending on what Kathy wants me to do, if she's still washing, but we'll go to the water pump and onboard water. So again, generally I go from cleanest to dirtiest. I'm putting up my sewer hose last, and then I wash and sanitize my hands and load up and go. So anyway, but my point is you pack for efficiency. Same with the bed of the truck, we pack for efficiency. If I don't need it, it goes in the back. If it's heavier duty tools, hammers and drills, it goes kind of to the back corner of the pickup truck bed. And it's the stuff that we use every time we set up our little table, our chairs, any lights and stuff we dangle from the awning or whatever. That goes in another larger bin. That's what we use every time we set up. And so I just try to work smart, not hard. But anyway, long story short, there are some things to get used to. The awning's a lot bigger, and it's automatic, which I'm loving now. But when you're out in the middle of nowhere and something goes wrong with the motor, God forbid, it's a Zip-D. It's a Zip-D awning. Something goes wrong with the motor and your awning is halfway out. Yeah, you can roll it up manually, but then you're like, well, crap. I paid all this money for an electric awning, and here I am rolling it up just as if I had a 16-footer again. So we are still keeping track of our mileage for tire wear and things like that. But speaking of gas mileage, we're getting with the truck. The test runs that we've done with the truck, we're right at 11.5 miles per gallon. This is the dry weight on this is 67, I think. Max weight is 78, somewhere along in there. We're nowhere near max, but we're above minimum, so 7,200 pounds, whatever we'll say, and I'm getting 11 plus miles per gallon. Somewhat hilly terrain, so I'll take it. Four-wheel drive on the truck. I've had all-wheel drive, but I've not had four-wheel drive, and so that's a little getting used to. We keep it on two-wheel drive otherwise, but when you're in a full four-wheel drive configuration, at least with our GMC, it doesn't let you make hard left and right turns. So if you're in a situation where you need four-wheel drive and you think you're going to make a quick U-turn, probably not going to happen, because those lugs and CV joints up top, up front there, whatever, all the mechanics out there, you tell me, but it's gonna lock up and it's not going to want to turn. So just different stuff we've learned. But our next trip is going to be this weekend. We're going up to Jackson Center, Ohio, to the mothership, the Airstream factory, and have some work done. Again, we wanted it done there instead of here by, quote, authorized service center. So that'll be a time that we're going to go to the ARC encounter and then head back and reload for our trip out west, looking at Galveston and San Antonio, and then from there, parts unknown. So until then, it's Kelly and Kathy, Away We Go 2.0. We will catch you down the road. And hey, if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe anyway and leave some constructive comments in the notes, and we'll certainly get back to you. If you've got experiences with the Globetrotter, old or new version, let us know. Love to hear it. Anyway, you guys take care, and we'll catch you down the road.